Hello everyone, you are welcome to another edition of our General Concept of Accounting series. Today we are looking at a very critical and important topic, aspects of this General Concept of Accounting. We are looking at the final accounts. When we talk about final accounts, we are talking about profit or loss accounts, which is also known as comprehensive statement of income, and balance sheet, which is also called statement of financial position. Profit or loss account or comprehensive income statement is talking about the activities for the year ended. For a particular period, are you able to make profit or loss? How are you able to use the assets of the company to generate more income? While statement of financial position is talking about the position of your assets, of your liability and equity owners fund. And quickly, before we delve into that, the final account format, we need to look at some adjustments that we make into the final statement, financial statement. There are some adjustments that you need to make. And all these adjustments are very, very key and very, very critical indeed for the financial statement to show a truth and fair view, for financial statement to be accurate, for financial statement to be complete. All the needed information must be taken into consideration. And look at these adjustments. We are talking about accruals, prepayments, your bad debt provision for bad debt depreciation, provision for discounts, and so on and so forth. Now, when we talk about accruals, what do we understand by accruals? The term accrual refers to expenses that remain unpaid. Unpaid expenses. These are the expenses you are owing. So all the expenses you are owing, they are also known as what? Accrued expenses. Expenses in arrears. When we hear arrears, owings, accrued, we are talking about what? Accruals, expenses you are owing, outstandings that are unpaid. Now, these accruals, you need to take them into account because maybe at the point of preparing the trial balance, mind you, trial balance will lead to the final account because trial balance are all the balances in your ledgers, as we have said in the previous edition. The balances in the trial balance were extracted from your ledgers. Now, if there is any additional information regarding any item in your trial balance, this will be given to you. The information regarding this will be made known to you. Any information regarding accruals, any owing, any outstanding expenses that will affect any balance, any item in your trial balance, you will be told. This will be made known to you. For instance, if in your trial balance you have electricity, and if the figure in electricity is talking about 20,000, and you are also told in the additional information that there is an accrued expenses, electricity expenses, or outstanding electricity expenses of 5,000. What this means is that the 20,000 you have in your trial balance was consumed for that particular year, which you are paid. But this outstanding, you have not paid. That means you are owing. And we know profit or loss accounts or comprehensive statement of income is talking about a particular year, a period that 12 months usually that runs maybe from January to December. The 20,000 you have in the trial balance is talking about the one consumed for that accounting year. But the one in the additional information, the further information made available to you says you are owing another 25,000 naira, another 5,000. Now, you need to make adjustments in your final account. That means you will also take account of the 5,000 outstanding, which means the 20,000 that appears in your trial balance, then you add the amount you are owing, which is the outstanding. The implication of this is that in your profit or loss account, you are going to put as your electricity expenses 25,000 naira. That means the addition of the one in trial balance and the outstanding, because the 5,000 is a liability. You are owing this 5,000, and that means that become a liability unto you. And you know that any item that is liability will also form part of your what? Your balance sheet. That means your P&L, you make adjustment. You record 25,000 under expenses in electricity. That is the amount you are owing. Now, when we talk about prepayment is talking about what? Some of expenses that you are paid ahead in advance. Prepayment is also known as what? Advance. When you hear payment in advance, that means you are prepaid. You are paid ahead of time. So anything you are paid ahead of time is what we call prepayment or prepaid expenses. Now, look at this. For the accounting year you are preparing the account for instance, year 2020, preparing account for year 2020, and in your trial balance, the amount you have for electricity, let's take electricity again as example. You have 50,000 naira as electricity expenses. Now, you are now giving additional information that you are paid year 2021 electricity worth of 10,000 naira. And the year you are preparing account for is year 2020, January to December. In your trial balance, because when you paid the 50,000 naira, out of this 50,000 naira, you paid cash 50,000 naira. And my double entry tells me, what do? You credit cash for that 50,000 and you debit the electricity. Now, in this 50,000 naira, there's additional information that 10,000 belongs to year 2021. That means the incoming year. And for the profit or loss account or comprehensive statement of income to show a true and fair view, to show a complete and accurate information, whatever belongs to year 2020 is what you need to take account of. That means out of this 50,000 naira, 40,000 naira only belongs to year 2020. While the remaining 10,000 belongs to year 2021. What this means is that you are paid 10,000 in advance. It's an asset unto you. It's an asset to you because you have not enjoyed the service which you are paid for. And matching concept in accounting says match the expenses with what? With the period or with the income. The expenses, the electricity expenses that you are paid for, you have not enjoyed the 10,000 naira part of it. You have only enjoyed 40,000 naira worth of electricity for year 2020, in which you are preparing the account for. So when you hear about prepayment, payment in advance, that means part of the amount recorded in your trial balance, there is a particular amount of it that belongs to the incoming year. That means you need to take it out for you to be able to account for the one that belongs to the current year. In this instance, 40,000 belongs to the current year, while 10,000 is for the incoming year. Now, the implication is this: the 10,000 naira is the asset, which is current asset, and that will feature in your statement of financial position, because balance sheet is talking about your assets, your liability, and your what? Capital. The third one is talking about bad debts. As a business that sells on credit, you stand the risk of losing some of the money you are expecting. And that is why some businesses, they will offer discounts in order to encourage customers to pay early. But in case of bad debt, what is bad debt? Any business that allows sales on credit terms runs the risk of a debtor not settling the amount owing in full, meaning the business will incur what is known as bad debt. When we say bad debt, the debt that is bad, that cannot be recovered, the debt that is said to be gone, the debt that is said to be what? Forgotten, gone bad, that cannot be recovered, is bad, is gone. This will also affect what? Your debtors balance. And we assume that before you arrive at the debtors balance, don't forget debtors are what? Your asset also, and their current assets, which will also appear in your statement of financial position. Before we arrive at the balance of the debtor in your trial balance, we assume the bad debt element has been taken care of, has been taken out. So these are also form of the adjustment. Another adjustment is provision for doubtful debts. You make provision for debts, though not bad, but are doubtful. You are looking at it, the debtor will not be able to pay up to the 100% what amount owing. You need to also what? Make provision in order for you not to overstate the amount of what? The total debtors in your trial balance and your balance sheet, because your balance sheet is talking about as at now. What is the total value of your debtor as at now? That means you are telling me that you are taking care of bad debts, you are taking care of what? Doubtful debts. Because once you have not taken care of this, whatever you report as your total debtor may be overstated, and this may lead to what? Inaccurate information. So we are assuming that we will never collect all that we are owed. That's why we are making what provision. We are the one assuming, which means it will not be prudent to place the debtors at full value on the statement of financial position. As a result, it is prudency concept. Prudency concept tells me that you need to what? Take account of all your expenses, of all the known expenses first. Take account of them in order not to overstate your income or your assets. So peradventure, maybe they came back again, you'll be happy that yes, you have recovered, than not making what account of all the expenses, and you are caught what unprepared. It is prudent to calculate an estimate for the future size of any bad debt. This is known as what? Provision. You are saying before they go bad, let me make provision that okay, out of the 50,000 naira debt, let me make provision that I will not get maybe 2% of it. And what is 2% of 50,000? It's telling you that okay, let me make provision that I will not get what? 10,000 back. So you are making what? Provision for what? For doubtful. It has not become debt bad, but you are doubting. You need to now assume that let me make it. It's better. Now if they come and they don't turn to bad debt, good. But if they turn, you have already making provision. That means you are being prudent. Another one is talking about what? How do we adjust for doubtful debts in our statement of comprehensive income? Now, don't forget, this is a provision. And provision can either be up or what? Or down. It can increase, which is up, or it can decrease, which is down. If you have made provision that you will not get 2% of your debtor's value, which is 50,000, the 2% is 10,000, which you have said, okay, let me make provision. Now, let's say, for instance, your debtors came through and said, don't worry, we are going to pay everything we are owing you. That means the provision you have made of that 2,000, of that 20,000 rather, is coming what? That is 2,000. The, let's say, provision of 2,000 you are making, or 20,000, whatever it is, you are making this coming back. That means you are not losing it. Is what? Is what we call what? A decrease. That becomes what? A decrease. It's an income to you. Because you have said that this customer or this debt of mine will not be able to pay the 50,000 naira that is owing the business. That's okay. Let me be prudent and think ahead of the debtor and make a provision of what? 10,000 naira. That okay, if I get 40,000 naira from the 50,000, good. And you have already made the provision for 10,000. And the customer comes and say, I will pay the 50,000 I'm owing. That means what? You have gained an income of 10,000. Because that means your provision has what? Has reduced. Or the provision you have made is not what? Is no longer needed or necessary. But in other case, if you have made the provision of 2,000, that you will not get 2,000 back, and you get 48,000, and the customer now comes pleading that please, I will not be able to pay 20,000 or 30,000 of this debt. That means I can only pay back 30,000. That means you have already made provision for 2,000 that the customer will pay me 48,000. Now the 2,000 you have made provision for is now going to 20,000. The customer is saying that I cannot pay 20,000. That means there's what? An increase of how much? 20,000 take away 2,000. The increase of 18,000. That means an increase on provision is what? It's an expense. This expense, that means the differential now, the 48,000 take away what? The 2,000. You are expecting you get 48,000, which is 50,000 take away 2,000. But the customer is not saying you cannot get 48,000. I can only afford 30,000. That means you have lost 20,000. So 20,000 take away the 2,000. The difference is 18,000. Don't forget, you have already given information. Say okay, 2,000 to be in my what? Trial balance. But the 18,000 difference with the additional information is telling you about that your customer is pleading that you can no longer get this. What happens to it? It becomes what? An expense, which is the increase is treated as what? As an expense. It's an expense to you, your P&L. So that means by the time you get to your statement of financial position, this amount, the new reality, will now affect what? The value of your what? Of your debtors. Because at the point where you put 50,000 in your trial balance and debtors balance, you are unaware of this 18,000. The new reality about what? Your customer that can now pay 30 out of 50, and you have already made provision for 2,000. That you will not get 2,000 back, no problem. But now the 2,000 is now turned into what? To 20,000. So the difference between the earlier provision you have made and the new reality is what? The 20,000 minus 2,000 provision earlier made, which is what? 18,000. The 18,000, which is the differential, will be what you are going to put in your income statement as what? As expense. So what we're going to talk about here is talking about your depreciation. What is depreciation? Depreciation is the writing down of the value of your assets over its what? Estimated useful life. That means the value or cost of your assets over its what? Useful life. Because as you are using the assets, the fixed assets, for instance your motor vehicle, your plant and machinery, your what again? Your building, your F&F, furniture and fittings. You cannot readily determine the amount you are using that is contributing to your income, to generate your income in a particular year, because you cannot see. Depreciation does not involve the movement of what? Movement of cash. You can only make an estimate that this year, I'm assuming that out of this vehicle that costs 10 million naira to generate whatever income, I've used 100,000 worth of what? Motor vehicles. How do you determine this? They are saying your motor vehicle has depreciated by 100,000. You cannot readily determine until you make an estimate, which form part of your what? Your accounting policies. So you need to make adjustment for this, because don't forget your motor vehicle is part of your what? Asset. And being an asset, it will appear your what? Statement of financial position, SFP, which is the same thing as balance sheet. But for the year that you have used the asset to generate income, which is the reason why you are preparing statement of comprehensive income or profit or loss account, you need to know what aspect of this motor vehicle or plant or machinery has generated this income. That way you need to make an estimate for it. So you need to make an estimate, and you need to charge that particular amount of expense that your motor vehicle has generated into the income. The amount of motor vehicle used, or your plant and machinery, or any of your fixed assets, the amounts they have contributed as an expense to the income you are reporting for that particular year. You need to make give account of them, and they form part of what your expense. This will be information that will be given to you in addition to the trial balance